If you recall back in April of 2010, one of the worst oil spills in United States history occurred. Over 200 million gallons of oil polluted the Gulf of Mexico. I sat down with Theodore Georgian, the director of the Environmental Studies program at St. Bonaventure University, to discuss the detrimental impacts this oil spill had.
When Deep Horizon blew up in the Gulf of Mexico, one of the things that happened was that the oil slicks coated bird feathers, and then they can't stay warm, they can't fly, they often can't swim very effectively, and so it's just devastating effect on those creatures.
Oil is made up of hydrocarbon molecules. Hydrocarbon molecules are composed of long chains of carbon. These molecules are less dense than water, which is why oil floats on the ocean surface. Bacteria has been found to help clean up oil spills by breaking down the hydrocarbon molecules. Behind me is the Allegheny River, home to an abundance of wildlife. If an oil spill ever occurred here, this entire ecosystem could be in danger. I sat down with Jaya Manjuath, who is currently researching a specific strand of bacteria and its ability to break down oil through the formation of marine oil snow, commonly referred to as MOS.
Another way that bacteria can help clean up oil spills is they secrete sticky substances that can stick to oil, which helps them form MOS. And in a recent study published by Gutierrez et al. In the Marine Pollution Bulletin, it is found that one strain of bacteria, called the Alteramonas strain, is actually able to help form MOS. And basically, MOS is able to take clumps of oil from the ocean's surface and bring them all the way down to the floor or the bottom of the ocean.
Michaela Hyman, SBU TV, New Now Next. It's the moment that students wait for, the moment that decides whether they will have school or they will have the day off for a snow day. But what happens leading up to that moment? I sat down with Tony Genici, the superintendent of the Allegheny Limestone School District, to learn the decision-making process that goes into canceling school.
During the winter season, we usually start probably about 4 o'clock. My transportation supervisor, because we're multiple agencies, will contact road crews from the county, the state, and the towns that are involved in our district. So they give us an up-to-speed of how passable the roads are.
Not only do the roads have to be clear, but many students in this area walk to school, even in the winter. And when a big snowstorm hits, the sidewalks are the last things to be cleared, which often results in students walking in the street, which is a major safety concern. Giannici said that by 6 a.m., students, parents, and faculty learn what their morning will look like. But is 6 a.m. enough time for working parents to make arrangements for their children? I sat down with Bradley Emery, a parent and educator in the Allegheny School District, to learn his opinion.
6 a.m. can be difficult because some people have to be to work, shift work before 6 a.m. So they're leaving before their kids are actually leaving to go to school, and next thing you know, school's canceled.
The Allegheny School District has 3 snow days budgeted into their academic calendar this year, but Giannici explained that days can always be added. His priority will always lie with the safety of the students, parents, and faculty. Michaela Hyman, SBU TV, New Now Next. Her favorite color was green. She never missed an episode of Days of Our Lives, and she had a smile that lit up the room. Judy Volpe was the toughest lady her son and daughter had ever met. However, in 2013, she was diagnosed with dementia, joining the 50 million people worldwide that have the disease. According to her son Joseph, it was not just the memory loss that Judy faced.
She wouldn't talk as much. It was hard to have a conversation with her because she could understand what you were saying, but she didn't know how to respond back to you. So it came to a point where her words were just, her responses were yes or no.
Many believe that those with dementia have Alzheimer's disease, but that's not true. Alzheimer's is a specific disease that irreversibly deteriorates the brain, causing memory loss, mental confusion, change in personality, and disorientation. According to the Alzheimer's Association, Alzheimer's disease accounts for 60 to 80% of all dementia cases. Dementia is the leading cause for dependency among elders. Watching the woman who had raised him and his sister become the one that needed to be taken care of was extremely difficult for Joseph.
What's frustrating about the whole thing is, the physical stuff you can deal with. You can deal with that she couldn't move her shoulder or she couldn't walk. I mean, you can always get around that. The point where then she just couldn't communicate with you or even remember doing things with you, that was the hard part.
Judy passed away this past March. Her son and daughter said that the hardest part about this disease was the fact that they had to lose her twice.
Her not being her not being a person that was strong-willed and communicated and was tough, she turned into basically just a body. You know, I've told people many times, I go, my mom had been gone for years before she really truly passed.
Judy spent her entire life making memories that she could not remember at the end. And though her husband, her children, and her grandchildren wish there was, there is no cure yet for dementia or Alzheimer's disease. Michaela Hyman, SBU TV, New, Now, Next. Though their home was destroyed, the Voles family is relying on their optimism and support from their community to get through this difficult time. As you can see from the crowd behind me, people have been showing up all week, dedicating their time to help out the family in any way that they can. One of the Voles' family friend, Larry Grigsby, has been with the family every day since the explosion.
Like yesterday, we were going through the house. We were picking up their clothes and personal belongings and bins, and we've been hauling them down to Ray's and putting them in his garage and just picking up. My wife's going to do some laundry for them, just whatever they need.
The family said that people have been bringing them food, clothing, and offering a helping hand wherever they can. Betty told me that one thing she really hoped they would find was a large sign with the word blessed written on it. When they found the sign, it was no longer usable. However, she said that with a community like this one, she does not need a sign to remind her how blessed she is.
The community outreach has just been phenomenal. Just this road alone, starting there, we had neighbors here until 7, 8 o'clock when the lights went out, doing anything they could. 30, 40 people stopping, just asking what can we do, what can we bring. The outreach that'll set you back. It gets at your heartstrings to know the community does care that much.
Michaela Hyman, SBU TV, New, Now, Next.